couch. Get me guitar lessons. Hey there, LickNRiffers! Welcome back to yet another awesome 12-string guitar lesson here on LickNRiff, in which I'm going to help you utilize the 12-string sound for your rhythm guitar purposes. Okay, most guitar players, when you first encounter a 12-string guitar, we would usually play it as we would a 6-string guitar, and that's not the way to play a 12-string because the focus is different. Okay, usually when you first pick up a 12-string, you play full and rich chords, okay, like the full G chord with 3 on the 2nd string and C add 9, and you enjoy the richness of the sound. Okay. But then when you try to arpeggiate, you encounter a problem, because usually you try to play the 12-string like a 6-string guitar. And when you play a 6-string guitar, you usually want to highlight the high notes, which are on strings 1 and 2. But here on a 12-string guitar, you have high notes throughout the string set. Okay, the whole 12-string is high notes, okay, along with bass notes, of course, but there are high notes all over the place. So your focus needs to shift from the 1st and 2nd strings to strings 6 to 3. That's the secret. That's right, honking person. Right, so if you play G, for example, okay, let's take the G that we all love to hear and play and test out on a 12-string the first time that we pick it up. Okay? Now this is a beautiful sound, and we have lots of strings. Okay? To play, even if we just play the 3 high strings, which are now 6. Okay? You can do a really slow arpeggio. Okay? If you want. That wasn't even complete. If you like. But if you try to focus on the bass strings, you get the 12-string sound instead of this. Okay? You can arpeggiate the high notes, okay? And then shift your focus back to the bass strings, okay, which are now doubled. Okay? Because you have high notes there. And the same goes for any bar shape. Okay? As a 6-string guitar player, you would usually go for the 3 first strings. But here, you need the bass strings. Okay? Strings 4, 5, and 6. Okay? And it's the combination and the jumping around that creates the 12-string sound. Okay? Now, the more elaborate your chords get, the better your sound will be. Now, if you take A minor, for example, okay, you get this. You get this high A note on the 3rd string, okay, which is not there on a regular A minor. Okay, so this is what you will want to highlight. Okay, you can play. Okay, you can open the 3rd string and play it in A minor 7, but you can also try another voicing. You can play this. Okay, you can play this variation of A minor add 9, okay, which is 5 and 7 on strings 3 and 4. Okay, and then when you have 5 and 7 on strings 3 and 4, you have extra high notes. Okay, so the more random your picking patterns become, and the more you shift your focus to strings 3 to 6, the more you extract the 12-string sound instead of focusing on strings 1 and 2. Right? Now, of course, you'll be playing strings 1 and 2, but sparingly. You just throw them in there every now and then. Now the same goes for D, because on D you have just one extra note actually, because this note is the high D. So all you add here is an extra A note. So the D chord kind of sounds just like it would on a 6th string. So you'd want to try something like this. Okay, you'd want to try something like 7 and 7 on strings 2 and 3. Okay? And then you get extra high notes. You can play the barred D chord. Okay, so you get a lot of high notes. And you still have that low D. Now, as I mentioned in a previous 12-string lesson, a really good tuning for rhythm accompaniment would be drop D, because then you'll have a low D note and you'll be able to do a lot more than just the standard tuning. Okay, but let's stick to the standard tuning. For example, if you have B minor, okay, you have extra notes. If you open strings along, okay, you open the 1st string, the 5th, okay, you can... Okay, you get extra high notes. If you do it here, okay, you get even more options for high notes. So the more you focus on the bass strings, the better. Okay? And really, just by moving things around, you can find new voicings. For example, if you take D sus2 and take it to 5 and 6, you get a terrific voicing for D minor 7. You can do this D minor. Okay? Now I know that some of you don't like high notes, really high notes on the 3rd string, so just don't play it, but it's there. Okay, 10 and 10 on strings 2 and 3. Okay, and you can find new variations by dissecting chord shapes. For example, you have E, okay, major. You have the bar on 4, C shape. You can take these two notes, okay, 4 and 6 on strings 3 and 4, and then you have E. Okay, you have a really nice E. So you can play A minor, D minor, and E, okay, in completely different ways. See? And don't be afraid to rake the strings backwards next to the bridge. Okay, this creates a nice steely sound, as if it's coming from way back in your subconscious. Now, another cool trick to use here would be to add slight embellishments to the chords, but usually when we play a 6th string, we'll add the suspended notes, sus2 and sus4. Here, we'd want to play certain short licks on the bass strings. So if we're on D, okay, playing the sus2 and sus4, okay, won't do much then add the 12-string chorus sound, okay, because we have a unison there. But if we add a 0 and 2 on the 3rd string, we immediately get an extra sound that we don't have on the 6th string. Okay, we get this. Same goes for A minor. Okay, 2 and 0 on strings 3 and 4. Right? And the same goes for any other chord. Okay, if we're on G, you can do 0, 2 on the 5th string. You can do it on the 4th. You can do it on the 3rd. You have C. So your high notes become your low strings. That's the focus. So take everything I showed you, try it out, test it out, and just try to move things around. Now, one last trick. You know this this chord shape, okay, the barred E shape, but with open 1st and 2nd strings. This sounds amazing on 12th string. Especially if you add extra bass lines. You can't get this sound on a 6th string. All I did was, okay, a barred F. I took the bar off, opened the 1st and 2nd strings, and moved it around. Okay, and you see, doesn't sound as good when you just strum it. Okay, the 12th string is less for strumming, more for arpeggiating. So you subscribe to the channel, and I will see you the next lesson. You go enjoy yourself and have fun with your 12th string. Bye for now.